Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Vijay and we will continue to learn Python in our Python Mastery series. So in the previous video, we saw how we can work on the string data, what are the different methods and what are the different types of operations that we can do with the string data. Okay, now let's say there is an example of today on the code cafe menu, we have just two items or five items and we can create separate variables for each of them. But let's say tomorrow the cafe become more popular and we have around 100 items on the menu. Is it feasible to have like 100 variables for each of the item? No, definitely we need some practical solution, and Python provides us a very smarter way of for that. List is what we can create. It will hold multiple collection under a single variable, and there are operations that we can add the value, remove the value, or we can access the value. All that is possible with the help of that one variable itself when we create it as a list. Okay, so today we will be learning all about that part. So let's jump to our blackboard. Okay, so here I have created some notes. So if you see, list is nothing but a collection of items. So let's say we have under the menu we have pizza, burger, dosa, sandwich. So if you want to access the burger, we simply need to have the index of that. The indexing and slicing concept will be similar that we had for the string. The index will be first for the burger, starting with 0 and 1. So whenever we access it like menu 1, it will give us burger. Okay, so list has some properties, like it has multiple values. It can hold, like here you can see we hold pizza, burger, dosa, sandwich, all that under menu. Okay, now it is also ordered, like at index 0 we have pizza, index 1 we have burger. So every item has its own index, so it is very ordered. We are using square bracket for the list. So here you can see we are storing every item enclosed by a square bracket. Remember, this square bracket is very important because as we go further, we have tuple, set, dictionary. Every data type has its own different brackets. Okay, and string is mutable. So we forgot the concept of mutability and immutability under the string. So let's discuss here. So string are immutable and list are mutable. What is the difference between mutability and immutability? So immutable means, let's say under the string, if I try to perform this operation, I want to change the value of v to j. I won't be able to do this under the string because string are immutable. It does not allow to change any value at particular index. Either we have to completely change this and it will store that string under a different uh, memory location, like changing from Vijay to Rahul. We can do that and that will store at a different memory location, but we cannot change a particular character under the string. That is called immutability property. But lists are mutable. So if, let's say, instead of burger I want to store special burger, that is definitely possible in the list. So it holds the property of mutable. Okay, so understanding this part, let's jump to the code section. Going to the VS Code and let's start that. We will start with creation of list. Okay, let's say name is equal to, just a second guys. Okay, yeah, uh, name is equal to, not name, actually we will create menu equal to pizza, burger, and we have coffee. Okay, this is how we can create the list, square brackets and whatever item separated by comma. And if we print, you can see we are able to store the values. And let's print the data type to confirm we are storing as a list type menu. Okay, we will use the type function. So here you can see it is a list. So one more thing just to check, here we are storing all the string values. Is it possible to store different type of values? Definitely yes. Let's say I store details equal to customer name is Vijay, his bill amount is 850.55. uh, he has a service charge of 50, and he has made his bill true. Okay, and if I try to print details, okay, here I have stored different data types like string, then float, integer, and boolean. All the data type I have mixed. So Python is able to handle that also under the list. We can have different data type collection also. Okay, now going further, start with the indexing part. uh, Indexing, the concepts are same for the indexing throughout the Python. So let's say for we will print the menu. From that I want to access the, oops, by mistake I have hit the enter. So menu, this will fetch the first item, this will fetch the last item. Remember, Python starts with 0 index and the last item is always -1. So you can see here pizza and coffee. So indexing concept are very similar. Now let's say I want to make change this to a coffee to a filter coffee. Okay, so it's quite simple. And what I can do, menu, coffee is at second element, and if I try to make it as filter coffee, okay, and if I again print the menu, you can see the difference. So this was the mutability and immutability that I was talking about. In string, if you try to do that, you won't be able to do. So let me have that. Okay, so let's say we have a text equal to Python, and if I try to uh, change the first character, similar way that we did for the list, if I try to change it from P to Y, it won't allow me. You can see it gave me an error. Oh sorry, text. Here if I say text, you can see it does not support this assignment because strings are immutable. It won't allow this kind of an operation on a character level. Okay, now let's say we want to add the items to a list. So we have menu and we want to add any item. The append function is very popularly used to add any item at the end of the list. Let's say I want to add dosa to our menu. Okay, and I print that once again. So here you can see dosa is added at the end. So always whenever you want to add any item, use the append function. Okay, there is one more function. If you want to add any item at a particular index, let's say print menu, and I want to add uh, at the first index I want to add, let's say pasta. So I will use the insert function. The first thing I need to give is index. Here you can see one more thing. Whenever you enter inside the function, VS Code also gives you whatever the documentation is for that function. So it can be a little help for you. So here if I enter 1 comma, then I need to enter the object what I want to enter. So it will be pasta. Okay, and if I print again menu, okay, so now you can see 0 and first position the pasta is added. So these are the two methods through which you can add the items into the list. Now let's say I want to remove the items. So it's very simple. First we will print the menu. Then what I will do, I will use menu dot remove. Let's say I want to remove pasta only that I added at the last. Okay, and print the menu. Okay, so here you can see before pasta is present and after the remove function pasta is removed. There is one more method, pop method, through which you can remove the items. So let's say you don't know the index at which, oh sorry, you don't know the value at which the that you want to remove. So let's say you know the index, you want to remove the whatever the value is stored at the first index. Whenever index is known, use the pop function. Here if I go menu, menu dot pop, let's say I want to remove the first index item, burger. So I will say 1 and then print menu. Okay. So you can see burger here, whatever is present on the first position, that is removed. Let's say I do not give any index, then it will automatically remove the last element. Okay. If I don't give, so dosa should be removed. If I again run it, coffee should be removed in that way. Okay. So let me run this. Okay. Here you can see last element dosa is removed. So that means this is following the properties, whatever the last item is, simply remove that one. Okay. We have covered all the insert, append, remove, pop, all that methods we have covered. Now the next item that we need to cover is length function. So let's say I want to find the length of the list. How many items are there? So that will be 2, pizza and filter coffee. So length function similar to the string that we saw, it is very similar. Okay. So till now we have covered how to create the list, check the type of the data type of the list. We've also validated we can have the collection of different data types under one list, and we saw the indexing. Then we saw its mutability. After that, append, insert, remove, pop, all that functionalities we saw. Now we will create a mini project as we keep on doing for every project. Okay. Let me create a mini project. So in this video, we will be creating a code cafe menu management application. Okay, that we will be developing. So we will first print the message code cafe menu. Then what we will do, we will create a blank list and we'll ask the user for the values of the menu. We won't be hard coding like we did in the beginning. We won't be hard coding that. So we will ask user print or not print, sorry. We will ask menu dot append. Remember, with append we can add the items into the list. Then input whatever the input we want and then enter item 1. Okay. Once we get that input, we also want that the input should be converted to the title case. So we will convert that to the title case and then append to the list. Similar thing we will be doing 3 times for 3 items. Okay. As of now we are writing this 3 lines, but in future when we learn about loops and everything, we will understand how we can write one line and repeat it multiple times. We will make that also dynamic, that how we can loop it around and how the things can be automated, that user can enter the 3 times. Sometimes if user want, they can enter 5 times. That all we will be seeing in the upcoming videos. But as of now, we are keeping it for the 3 time. Then what we will do, we will print the today's menu. Okay, and then we will print simply whatever the list is, we will print the list. Okay, what else we can do, uh, we can also calculate the length, basically how many items are there in the number of items in menu. So that will be displayed by len function. Simple. uh, Menu. Okay, we can also display the first and last item. First item, that will be with the help of zeroth index, and we can also print the last item, that will be with the help of -1 index. Menu -1. Okay, I guess this is all that we can do. Okay, okay, yeah, I guess it's fine. We displayed a message, then created a blank list, took all the input from user, then we displayed the whatever input we have took and the whatever is stored under the list. Then we are displaying number of items, first item and last item. Yeah. So the first item, let's say pizza. Second item, we have burger. Third item, we have dosa. Okay, so you can see here today's menu: pizza, burger, dosa. Okay, all that of things are now displayed. So let's recap what we have learned till now. So we understood what list is, we understood how indexing works, what are the properties of list, and then on the coding side, we also implemented whatever methods: append, insert, remove, pop, length, all that methods of the list. So now coming back, till this point, we are now ready to store multiple things into a list. In the upcoming videos, we will be understanding, let's say right now I am storing anything under the list, but I want to store something that nobody should change. As a developer, let's say I'm storing the days, week, name of the weekdays: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all that, and I want that data to be static, it should not be changed by anyone. So what will be in that case, because list is something that can be changed further once it is created. So for that we will be learning tuple in the upcoming video. So if you are enjoying this series, please subscribe and share the video. Happy coding.